All right, we are back, baby. Episode number 41. Give me 1 second while we set all this up. I hope everyone's having a great week. Let's see. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the Idols to Rivals podcast. I am your host, Jack Hummell, at Jack Hummell on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. Those are the main three that I use. And if you didn't know, we're recording this live on YouTube. I do it every episode. I've done it for like 20 or 30 episodes at this point. So there's a video version on YouTube. If you just look up Jack Hummell, I'm sure you'll find it. And if you're watching on YouTube, go check it out on the podcast audio version, whether it be Spotify, Apple Podcasts. I don't know why they don't call it iPodcast. I want to say that every single time I record one of these, but it's neither here nor there. Same thing with like the Apple Watch. Why is it not called iWatch? But yeah, just random thoughts. Episode 41. We're chugging along. I haven't missed an episode this year, I don't believe. So 2020 is off to, or 2021. Thank God, 2020 is done. 2021 off to a great start. In normal fashion, how we start this off. Sports news. So March Madness coming up. Super excited. Alabama basketball is doing great. I was actually out at the bar in Tuscaloosa for the last weekend, and the whole basketball team was in front of us. They were a great time. They were having a blast, and it's crazy standing next to these guys that are almost 7-footers to 7-footers. It really puts things into perspective of like what it takes to be these guys and these athletes. And they're super nice guys, super cool guys. I got very lucky going to a school like Alabama where basketball wasn't always the main focus, but football players, you'd see them out, you'd see them in class, stuff like that. And literally, I have a story about I was at the bar. I think it was like the middle of the day. We were just watching basketball, and Damian Harris, who was later drafted to the New England Patriots, he was a running back at the time or just finished the season, and we were watching the combine, and they were showing highlights of him behind the bar. And I literally looked to my right, and he's right next to me, having a beer, and he was still wearing his combine jacket. So it was super cool, super nice guy. I was like, congrats. Met a lot of people like that. And Mark Ingram, talked to him for a little bit at a different bar in Tuscaloosa. It's just cool to see. Met Derrick Henry at 4:00 at Cookout. Just really cool to have an experience like that. Like a lot of schools have one or two people that go to the NFL over like 20 years. We have like 7 first rounders alone every year. So super cool, always super nice guys. And it was cool to see them. But like I said, went to Tuscaloosa, got some great drone shots. You'll see that in a video coming up. I just have to edit it. It'll be a lot of drone shots. I couldn't really bring the camera into the bar. There was a lot of people out this time. Things are getting back to normal in Florida and Alabama and the South. So I think the mask rule is up here pretty soon in the next week or so. So I'm excited about that. But our capacities are getting back to normal. And it was really great to see just a normal society, a normal Saturday, a normal Friday night, and people hanging out, people having fun. And it felt like things were getting back to normal. And that's what I believe we all need. We've all been pent up for way too long. I can't even imagine the other states that have been straight up on lockdown since this is like the week it started, almost exactly a year ago, in 51 weeks ago. But I know a lot of people had a very rough this whole time. And so it was good to see people kind of forget and kind of allow themselves to have a break from all this horrible news and all this negativity and stuff like that. So that's what I think we need. I think it's coming soon. I'm super excited about it. Like I said, I think Florida already got rid of masks. I think Alabama, Georgia, South Carolina, I think all those are coming next. And hopefully it'll progress from there with all the vaccines getting out, stuff like that. It's super exciting. But like I said, a lot of drone footage, a lot of awesome shots of Bryant-Denny Stadium. That's really why I wanted to go. I got a couple when it was cloudy, and then the next day I went up when it was super sunny, and I just wanted to get a couple final photos of the stadium. And I'm excited. I'm excited for football season to be back already. I'm a big football fan. But the next thing we're looking forward to is March Madness, and that starts, I believe the bracket comes out on the 14th, and Final Four is April 4th. And so super excited about that, especially us having a great basketball team, like I said. And super great guys, just super cool to talk to. You wouldn't think that they were the number one ranked SEC champions. They would just talk to you like normal people, even though you're half their size, and they have to look down at you like you're a child, even though like I'm 6'2", and they made me feel like an absolute child. But neither here nor there. So today kind of didn't have a topic for it. It's going to be a couple of these next episodes are going to be a little bit shorter, just because a lot of things are changing really fast for the better. And I just wanted to talk about, I was listening to, again, Green Lights. I cannot get through this book, not because it's bad, but because it's like I want to stop and think about all the things. And if you don't know, Green Lights is by Matthew McConaughey. He dropped it about 4 months ago. And he was talking about this saying that I've been on for, I want to say 6 months to a year now, but it's the best decision is the right decision. The second best decision is the wrong decision. And the worst decision is no decision. And I've brought it up on this podcast. I've said it before. I said it again, but I like to remind myself of these things that will help. And just getting that fear of indecision, and not making a decision is a decision. And understanding that if you let yourself get crippled by making the right choice or not taking action, and then you let the opportunity pass, that's just as bad as it's worse than making the wrong decision. Not taking action and not going for it is the worst thing you can do. Even if you go left when you should have gone right, you made a choice and you did something, you acted. You never know, if you would have picked path A instead of path B, what it could have turned out. It could have been worse than you thought. It could have been an absolute nightmare. Things could have gone off the rails even quicker. And so the analysis paralysis, as a lot of people phrase it, and I've read it in a lot of different forums and YouTube videos, analysis paralysis is just thinking too much and missing the opportunity to act. And then it kind of sets yourself at ease. You're like, oh, well, I didn't make a decision. It's just the opportunity went away. Well, you did make a decision because you didn't act. And so getting over that is easier said than done when you're in the moment. Like I said in the podcast last week, it's so easy to, whenever everything's going great, to be like, oh man, implement all this stuff, do things that are hard. Challenges are good. That's what this is about. And then as soon as the challenge comes up, as soon as a problem comes up in your way, you go, oh shit, oh my God, there's a problem. How do I avoid this? What's my way around it? What do I do? And then that's when the analysis paralysis can kick in. And realizing it in the moment, in the heat of battle, is the most important part. And that's what I get from quotes like that. For he was basically saying, just make a decision. Even if it's a wrong decision, you made a decision, and you can live with, you at least tried. If you didn't make a decision and you just sat there and let it pass you, you're always going to be like, damn. Short term, you're going to be like, okay, well, I didn't make the wrong decision. It's just things happen. I didn't make the wrong decision. It's out of my hands. I don't want responsibility for it. And in the long run, that coin is going to flip, and it's going to be like, damn, well, I didn't even give myself a shot. I didn't even allow myself to fail. And that's what's quickly becoming relevant to me is jumping out of the way of a challenge, because you're like I said in the last episode, you think that you're so good at something, and if you don't give it your all and you fail, you're like, oh, well, I didn't even try. So, I could have, if I would have studied, I would have done better. If I would have practiced more, I would have scored that goal, whatever it is. But you didn't give yourself a chance to win. So you have that short term, oh, well, it's not, I didn't even try, so it doesn't really matter. I didn't really fail. It was the effort. I didn't really fail. That's not really on me. I got the skills. I just didn't show them because I didn't practice. And you allow yourself to fail. And or allow yourself to not try. I don't want to say fail. Those aren't synonyms. You allowed yourself to not even try, not even to get to the plate, not even to swing the bat. And short term, you're going to feel, okay, well, I didn't try, so it doesn't really matter if I failed. And it's that fear of giving it your all and coming up short and failing. It's that fear of putting in the hours and not achieving what you wanted. I think that's what stops a lot of people from even picking up the bat, is you do give it your all. You do sweat it out. You do try harder than you've ever tried in your life, and you still fail. And then then it gets real deep. Then you go into wow, maybe I'm not good enough. Maybe, well, I tried my hardest, so I'm not smart enough for that. I'm not athletic enough for that. What else am I not good at? And I think seeing it in that light is so toxic, and is such a detrimental mindset in the long term, rather than, oh, I failed, but I got better. I ran faster than I've ever ran before. I lifted more weight than I've ever lifted more weight than I've ever lifted before. I scored higher than I've ever scored before. I got second place in whatever for my art. Just stuff like that. It's allowing yourself, even if you do come up short, even if you do see it as a failure, you put in the work to do it. And I think that it's a big ego play to think, oh, well, if I try and fail, then it's going to damage me. Then I'm going to look like shit. Then I'm going to look like an idiot. I'm going to look like a loser. And I can see where that comes from. I get it. That's why I think for a while, that's how I saw things, where it was, you know what, if I don't give it my all and I fail, it's not really me. It's just I didn't try. But if I do try and I still fail, then it's me. Then it's you're the only one left looking in the mirror, is I wasn't good enough. I was not good enough. But you tried. You swung the bat. You won't have that regret. That's what we're delineating between the short term and the long term. You won't have that regret long term of, damn, I didn't even go for it. I didn't even try. Yeah, I failed. Things went crashing and burning. A couple months, a year, whatever it may be. It was kind of rough. I kind of felt like shit. Or you're 10 years down the line and go, I didn't even swing the bat. That's pathetic. I didn't even live life. I just let it go. I allowed the fear to stop me from even trying, which is a horrible thought. It's something I think about because I've done it a lot, and I don't want to be like that. I don't want to allow myself to have that out, to have that excuse of, you know what, I didn't even try, so it doesn't really matter. You know, it's not me. I'm good enough. I'm still good enough. I didn't try though. I failed. But, you know, I didn't study. And so that's my biggest thing is just pick up the bat, even if you strike out, even if you fail. And it's funny, I'm using all these baseball analogies, and I've played t-ball for like a season when I was like 4. But I think it's a good analogy, and it's one I hear a lot. But just swing, even if you fail, even if you tried super, super hard and you failed, at least you know deep down. People may be chirping, people may be talking shit, but at least you know that you tried. You went for it. You challenged yourself. And it's about stopping in that moment. It's about realizing in that moment, not when you're listening to motivational TikToks or YouTube videos or whatever it is. Everything's going great. There's no challenge in your way. There's no dragon in front of you. Everything's great. But as soon as something happens, you're like, oh, how do I avoid this? No, that's why you watch those hours of videos of motivation. That's why you watch the TikToks that get you all pumped up. That's why you do these things, is because when the challenge comes, you realize it and go, this is what I asked for. This is what I wanted. I wanted to get better, and this is the way I get better. Right, wrong, indifferent, fail, pass, whatever it is, win, lose. You asked for this challenge. That's the only way you get better. And so realizing that in the moment, I think, is key, and understanding that if you realize how much of a play it is to worry about your long term over short term, you'll be way happier. Things will work out for you way better, and you'll live a life of oh wells and not what ifs. And I think that is something that could torture people for a long time. Whenever you're at those moments, whenever you're 80, 90, 100 years old and you can't go after things, and you go, shit, and all you can do is think and watch TV. You can't fucking get up. Your legs don't work no more. Your hands barely work. And you're like, wow, what if I would have started that business with my buddy? What if I would have taken a risk and moved away from everything I know to a place I've never been or been a couple times and risked it all? What if? And all you get to do is think about that for an eternity, or whatever happens next, whenever we go on through the other side. Or instead you go, I tried, I failed, oh well. But as soon as you get those oh well stacking up, something's going to work. And all those dreams that you had, all those things that you went after, when those become real, that's when it's going to be worth it. I don't even know. I just so believe it. I haven't achieved. I can't say I haven't achieved any of the dreams I've had, because I have for sure, quite a lot of them actually. But the big lifetime ones, not even close. But I know in my core belief that it'll be worth it. All those oh wells, all the people that talk shit, it'll be so worth it. Not because the people, but because you look in the mirror and you go, I proved myself right. Yeah, proving them wrong, I'm not gonna lie. It's a cherry on top. It's a great feeling. It is an awesome feeling. And I feel like people deny that, but it is an awesome feeling. Maybe that's just me being immature, but it's an awesome feeling. But it's even better when you go, I was right about myself. I proved myself right. And so that's what I'm trying to do. That's what I hope everyone else is trying to do. I hope everyone's getting after it. Like I said, these are going to be shorter episodes, just because a lot's going on, a lot of things changing. And I'll explain a little bit more as we come closer to the deadline, but just know it's going to be exciting. It'll be a little change of scenery here pretty soon. But I appreciate you guys for listening. I hope you have a great week. Get after it. Just know when that challenge comes, right, wrong, win, lose, pass, fail, just try as hard as you can, because that's how you're going to get better, and you'll be the person that you want to be on the other side, or one step closer to it. But I appreciate you guys for listening. My name is Jack Hummell, 2 M's, 2 L's, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, whatever it may be. Check me out. Let me know. Share with your friends. I'd appreciate it. I love when new people listen. And get after it. Don't let anybody stop you. And just know when that dragon comes, just go at it at 100 miles an hour. Appreciate you guys. Have a good one. Thank you guys for watching this live one. Cutting it short. Got things to go back to do. Gotta get back on the grind. And but we haven't missed an episode yet, so I'm pumped about it. Appreciate it, guys. Peace.